Hello everyone, LRon here, and today I decided to do a little bit of a one-shot obscurity. I am going to play the first 2 years of Stardew Valley just in my house, sleeping the entire time. So, just gonna get out of my bed, get into the bed for 2 straight years, just to find out how disappointed Grandpa is in me. I had done a serious playthrough on my own time a couple weeks ago, and he sung my praises, said he was said that I was a better farmer than him, and I basically gave his entire life fulfillment. Blah blah blah. The planets aligned. Everything's great. You are the greatest accomplishment I've ever had. Blah 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 blah. So, I want to see how the other side of that stick goes, and the best way to do that, I would have to imagine, is to not do anything. Because at some point I did look it up, and it looks like it's all based on a point system. And there is no way to get below 0 points, so basically, sleeping and not doing anything to earn points is the way to get the minimum score possible. And I am doing just that. Now, sadly, I think there is a bit of a safety net going on. They won't let me just, move a pixel, then move a pixel back to instantaneously go to sleep. They want to make sure that you actually want to go to sleep, so they basically force you to do like 5 game minutes without having the right to sleep, which doesn't show up on the clock at all. It will still say 6 a.m. the entire time. But the moral of the story is I have to, pace or, look at furniture and various other little things to pass the time because I can't just leave my pillow and then drop right back onto it. There's a little bit of a grace period that needs to be waited out before it will let you actually go back to sleep. So that is why I'm zigzagging around the house. Technically speaking, this could be thought of as a speed run. Um, Basically who can get to Grandpa the fastest. I believe I will not end up getting the fastest time conceivable because I do eventually have my waking times have some level of inefficiency. Like I go over and stare at the TV. I don't actually turn it on, I just stare at it for a little while. So I can certainly shave some time off of this in theory. But in any case, it was just under 30 minutes that they said that my game's lifetime was when I went to delete this character after it was done. Although I think that also includes time on the menus that I sat around after the fact. And I also did leave my house after stopping recording just to see what it looked like, and it was interesting enough for me to want to basically load and record it. And of course, Kent and Marnie decided to come and visit me, so that slowed things down on both ends of it. And because I don't want this to be a multi-video thing, I ended up skipping their conversations in the final cut of this video. I instead just show how overgrown with trees the place is. I can't leave my stoop because there are trees and stuff in the way, and the point of this character was to never expend any energy. I think when I go to turn OBS back on, I do swing my scythe, but scythes do not produce energy depletion, so I consider this to not be botched. And also, it was after meeting Grandpa, so technically speaking, I was in post-game at that point. So, luckily, all of that works in my favor, and I did not invalidate anything. I should probably at this point also give some news on my Minecraft 1.2.3 run. I've encountered some snags there. First off, you remember my chicken farm and how laggy things were getting because of how min-maxed it is and whatnot? Well, for some reason, the that Frozen 123 build that I have is a 32-bit one, so despite the fact that I've got a really good computer that can process way harder things in Minecraft, the limitations of that 32-bit is becoming crippling, and it's reached a point where it's not really stable. It's crashing when I get close to my chicken farm and that kind of stuff. And so I've basically become crestfallen with that place and have abandoned it ultimately. It also doesn't help that the cohorts that I did have recorded or partially recorded, I ended up trying to process all that and render it and whatnot, and even that's crashing. I think that the basically so much is going on the 4-cam system at 4x speed that something just is going wrong. And so, with both of those heavy instabilities, I basically made the executive decision to basically pull the plug on the Minecraft project. But in any case, here I am with a one-shot Stardew Valley video. I'm not sure when or what my next project will be, but I will try to keep an open mind in the future for some good possibilities. I have considered the merits of making a rebuttal video to the FCC chairman's stupid video about being able to buy masses of fidget spinners and whatnot. It'll be something out of game, obviously. Probably some very crude Microsoft Paint still frames, basically illustrating as I'm narrating, essentially. It should be fun should I choose to end up doing it. I've got some interesting insights that would be added to that. Like, a lot of people are calling for his death. I've got a much, much better approach. Something that will make him suffer. Something that will, Oh, here we are. Grandpa's here. Alright. Let's see what Grandpa has to say. Alright. Okay, that's about the same as before. Yeah, okay. Well, how far I've come. You obviously haven't seen how bad the farm is. Alright, well. Looks like this part's all stock. Let's, now get to the evaluation part. 2 years now. Okay, okay. How'd it go? How'd it go? Yeah. Well, oh. So I'm not the greatest disappointment you've ever seen? I've slept in your bed for 2 years. I haven't eaten. I haven't drinking. I haven't gone to the bathroom. Think of how bad that bed must be. Alright, well, that is the end of the 2-year process. Let's see the fruits of it. Alright, so they give us 1 candle, which seems generous, and look at all these trees. That's what happens when you neglect your farm for 2 whole years. Pretty amazing, isn't it? I can't even leave the door. Alright, well, see you later.